Hey everybody, this is Kenny Cummins here on Chillin with Jeffrey Kenny C. And we love to support the locals here in the Kentucky area. And joining me at this time is a local cosplayer who's representing Get Geeky, which is a community for geeks and their interests. Very happy to be joined with Hattey Cosplay. She's with me right now. How's it going?
Hey, it's going pretty well today. How are you?
Good, good. I want to thank you for joining me for this interview. This is your first ever interview of any kind, so I'm happy I could be the first.
Well, thanks. I'm nervous, but I think with you it'll be.
I appreciate your confidence in me, so that's a good sign already. So let's start off with your cosplay. What got you into being a cosplayer?
So I first started watching anime in high school, probably around 2003, 2004, and cosplay wasn't even really a thing at that time very much. But by the time I graduated and got into college, it was starting to become a thing, and I was like, wow, these people get to dress up as these characters, which have really cool, really crazy outfits. And I was always into theater and costume and Halloween. So I think from there I just realized, oh, if I can dress up like these cool outfits, I really want to get into that.
So, what was the first costume that you ever used when you got started into cosplay?
The first thing that I ever made for myself was Android 18 from Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. So, over the course of your, several years of doing cosplaying, what has been the more popular costume that you've been known for?
I think my most popular one, and one that was always a dream cosplay for me, was Cardcaptor Sakura. That was one of the first magical girl animes I watched, and she had this really big frilly dress, and she had these wings, and she had all these accessories, and I loved it. So bought a brand new sewing machine just so I could do this cosplay. I spent all this time and made sure it was really detailed and really clean, and now I wear the Cardcaptor Sakura all the time, and I think that's one that people kind of know me for.
So I first heard of you through a community, Geeky, and it was back in 2015 for a small convention called KentuckyCon. I think it was at the Clarion Hotel Convention Center. That's what it was. Now they have moved it to the Lexington Convention Center right at Rupp Arena. I met you. I met Celestial Cosplay and of several of the members. For those who don't know or may not be aware of Get Geeky, talk about what the community is all about.
So our Get Geeky group was founded by Rory Cakes Cosplay, and she went to her first convention, which was Lexington Comic Con, and was like, "Oh, I didn't realize there were so many geeky people in Kentucky." She's like, we're kind of a southern state. I didn't really figure there'd be so many people here who liked anime and comic books and video games. So she started the group and kind of gathered us all together. Originally it was a female group, then we expanded to be co-ed too. And it was kind of just finding people in Kentucky, people locally, that we could talk to these things about or play video games with, or someone to go see an anime movie with you once it comes to theater. It's just kind of building a local community, people you can get together with and share your hobbies with.
And, this Get Geeky community, they do convention get-togethers, photo shoots. One thing that Get Geeky has become known for is for the yearly calendars. Talk about the calendar that y'all worked for, the 2017 one.
So after our first year of being a group, we were like, wow, this is really cool. There are more people than we thought. People are getting out, coming to events. We're breaking the stereotypes that geeks just sit in their room and get on computers or whatever. We're going out and doing things and being active. And then at some point we decided we wanted to give back to the community too, not just, go out and have fun, but also do something. So we picked a charity, which is Greenhouse 17. It's a local domestic violence shelter. And we thought we're going to do something to raise money for charity and money for the group so that we can help pay for events. Like if we have an event, we can help pay for it from the group money without asking people to, pay with their own money. So we decided to do a cosplay calendar, and we've been doing that for, I think this was our third year for 2017. Every year we pick a theme, like heroes versus villain or cosplay duos or something, and we all get together and shoot. They're all the photographers, makeup artists, photo editors, models. Everybody is from the Geeky group, and we all work together to make this product and then sell it to raise money for the charity and for the group to host future events.
All for a good cause. That's very cool. And, for those who want to get the calendar, you can check it out for, upcoming Geeky appearances, which I believe that there's 2 Facebook groups, one for co-eds and one for simply for the woman. So you can look that up. Now, obviously, for us fellas, we go to the co-eds. So you can look up Get Geeky, that's GETGEEKY, and click that join button. So and get yourself gather with fellow geeks. So so it's awesome. So you as a cosplayer, obviously conventions is a chance to go there, to mingle, to have conversations with people with similar interests that you have. What are some of your favorite conventions that you enjoy going to?
Let's see. I try to go to Kintokyo every year just because it's in Lexington. It's local. It's a lot of people that we know in the community, so we try to support that. Some of the bigger ones I like to go to are MagFest, which is a big video game and music con up in Maryland, and it just has rooms and rooms of like arcade games and video games, and it's a ton of fun. I'm looking forward to going to Colossal this year, which is at like the Kalahari Water Park up in Ohio. So it's like a water park and a con, which sounds like a lot of fun. And then I also really like Matsuri Con. It's a smaller one up in Ohio, but it's got a very chill vibe every time you go. And the convention center is pretty big. It's fun to, walk around and cosplay in.
So were there any influences, those who inspired you, that got you into being a cosplayer? Anyone, it could be local, it could be anyone well known. Like, were there anyone particular that inspired you to get into cosplay work?
Yeah, actually, so when I was first getting into cosplay, it wasn't much of a thing like 10, 12 years ago. I didn't really know anybody's names, but eventually I started trying to put things together myself, and I was looking at people who make stuff. And White Cat Cosplay, they're actually a duo, they're a couple, and they made some amazing things. Like, they've got this, this Final Fantasy cosplay that's just beautiful, and just the things they made were so crisp and clear and clean and bright colors, and they would talk about how they sewed things, and I was like, whoa, this is an inspiration. Like, I want to be on this level one day.
What I like about cosplay as a fan is to see these characters that we used to seeing in comics and anime and TV and movies come into life, and you get to be that character. I'm a fan of the cosplay scene for several years now, and I want to thank you and the rest of Geeky for embracing me. I've been a Geeky member since 2016, and it's been a lot of fun. I go to some of the get-togethers, especially Kentucky Con, and I've always had a good time with the crew. So I guess you could say I'm kind of like the radio representative of Geeky. Now, I may not have the exact same interest that y'all do, but we are geek for something, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I think that's pretty cool. Now, as far as upcoming conventions, what do you plan? What are some of the conventions you plan to attend this year?
Let's see. The next con I'll be at is next week at the Ohio Con, but by the time this airs, that might be done. Actually, my favorite one is coming up is OMG Con in Owensboro, and that's one I go to every year. And then I'll also be at Colossal Con. This will be my first time going, so I'm excited to see how that goes. And then Tsubasa Con and Matsuri Con in the fall.
And do you know some of the? So are those going to be like geeky people going, or that's you in particular?
There'll be a lot of geeky people going to each one, especially the Kentucky one. I think OMG probably has the biggest group of geeky people that go because it's one of the oldest cons in Kentucky. And we always, every year at OMG, have a big geeky meetup where we take a big photo and there's like 20, 30 people, or we all like try to go out to dinner together or something. That's the con where we all like make it a point to be together and get rooms together and stuff.
And, you know, the thing about Get Geeky is not just in Lexington. You got people representing surrounding areas like Richmond and Frankfurt and Louisville and Owensboro and so forth. So it's not necessarily everyone just Lexington. And it's been great, and it's been awesome. And, you know, everyone's welcome to join these events, you know, if you have free time in your hands. So just check them out on Facebook, Get Geeky. Click that join button, and you can see what's going on. And there's
and I'll admit and I'll approve you, so it'll be real easy.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool for sure. Now for people that wants to learn more of your cosplay work, why don't you go ahead and promote your social media links that people can check out?
I am Hattey Cosplay on Facebook. If you search Hattey Cosplay, you should be able to find me. That's where I post most of my stuff. I'm Hattey-Chan on Cosplay Amino, if you're on there. And on Instagram, I'm Hattey-Chan. So I'm pretty easy to find. I keep the same name everywhere.
Well, Hattey, it was great chatting with you, and thank you so much for taking the time and joining me for doing an interview. And shout out to everyone at Get Geeky. Pretty awesome. This is your first interview. You hit it out the park.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah, so you it seems it felt like you've been doing this many times, but this is your first.
I only forgot like 3 words, so.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you in future Get Geeky events and so forth, and continued success in all that you do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope to see you at plenty of things.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude the review. Thank you all for listening. Stay tuned for more interviews and live shows for Chillin with Jeff and Kenny C as we continue our road, the 10-year anniversary coming up this August. In the meantime, you can hear us on the live shows on Saturdays at 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern on TMV Cafe. And everyone is welcome to give a listen, and especially all of you in Geeky Land. Thank you all for listening.